How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, I want to talk Devin Haney versus Vasil Lomachenko, you guys. Yes, finally. It is going down this Saturday, you guys, at the MGM Grand. And I can't wait, man. I cannot wait, man. This is a fight that, it's kind of got my blood boiling, man. Kind of got me turned up a little bit. Like I said, it is on pay-per-view. And Devin Haney is still undefeated, and he's the undisputed champion, meaning he has all four major sanctioned and body belts, which is a very, very good thing in this fight, man. And there's a lot on the line with a lot of implications, you guys. A lot of implications on this fight. Smash that like button and subscribe. You guys know that, Vasil Lomachenko is a decorated amateur, one of the best amateurs that have ever fought, you know, in any weight class. The guy went like 496 in one or two. But the guy had a phenomenal amateur career. The guy was, like I said, the guy Vasil Lomachenko is, just him in general, with his foot movement, with the way he can be like a chameleon. He can be, you know, very, tentative in at one aspect, but in another aspect, he can be very, very coming forward, pressure, very, almost like an attack type of mentality that, Vasil Lomachenko can have. And I think a lot of people need to give Vasil Lomachenko a lot more credit with fighting a young, hungry, undefeated Jermaine Ortiz. I feel like that was definitely you know, uh, outlanding Lomachenko in spots. And he outweighed Lomachenko as well. You guys got to understand, man. Lomachenko literally almost pretty much got stuck at this weight division at 135 pounds, because this is the money division. Bob Arum is all about making the most money. And, why put Vasil Lomachenko in another weight class fighting Joe Schmo when these are the big fights? These are the fights that people want to see. These guys want to see Devin Haney versus a good, great fighter. You know what I mean? And Vasil Lomachenko is, on that fine line of being good. Can he possibly be great? That is the question. That is the $1 million answer. That is a multi-million-dollar answer, man. Can Vasil High Tech Lomachenko get it done? When all of the lights and when all of the, everything is riding on it, man. I feel like this can define Vasil Lomachenko's career. I don't think enough people have been talking about this fight. I think this fight is a very, very good but close fight. And it's going to be a chess match. It's going to be a chess match because Devin Haney, to be honest with you guys, yeah, size matters, especially when you're getting hit upside the head. But in this case, being that Devin Haney's, defensively, I would almost say a defensively first, smart boxer, but, Vasil Lomachenko is a good fighter as always, but he's a defensive fighter as well. But lately we've seen Vasil Lomachenko take a lot of risk. And, I feel like if Vasil Lomachenko was in at 130 or 126 pounds, I feel like he could have stopped Jermaine Ortiz, but the punches just didn't have that much oomph on them. I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Salute back with another banger as always. You already know, fam. But yeah, man, Vasil Lomachenko versus Devin Haney. Look at the size of Devin Haney's fist. It's almost the size of the freaking glove, you guys. I mean, look at this. The guy is definitely gonna be outsized. He's gonna be, the bigger man come fight night. There's a reason why he's busting at the seams at 135 pounds and can barely make the weight, and is talking about moving up, I really want to see if he can make this weight again, man. We're gonna see, but nobody's been really talking about the weight. I feel like Devin Haney is a huge 135 pounder. Just being honest. He's just when it comes to these guys at 135 pounds, some guys are moving up from 130, but not nearly as many guys is moving down. I feel like Devin Haney could, in any other circumstances, would be fighting at 140 or 147. But being that he can make the weight, not saying it's the healthiest thing to do. Not saying it's the healthiest thing to do because cutting that much weight, you guys got to understand Devin Haney is a growing young man. So cutting that type of weight and getting down to that type of weight, it's not good for long. So I just want to see. I want to see, how the weight will affect Devin Haney. I know he's getting, you know, he's a bigger fighter now. So not only in the weight class, but in popularity as well. He's a lot bigger um right now than he was, with the popularity. And that's a good thing, that's a good thing. That shows a lot of sheer, just I feel like right now you guys need to understand that, Vasil Lomachenko is a good fighter, man. Is a really good fighter. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's going on fight night, you guys. I mean, Vasil Lomachenko versus Devin Haney is gonna be a good fight no matter which way no matter which way you cut it. So I'm telling you guys right now, Devin Haney, has a very, very comparable fighter in front of him that could possibly win. How many fights you feel Lomo can still make? Uh, no, you mean Devin Haney? I feel like Devin Haney can't make for so many more fights at 135. That's what I'm saying. I feel like Devin Haney can't make but so many. You know, he's 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 already a master fighter, man. Like what I mean by that is he's already, you know, he's just a big fighter, man. He's just a really big fighter, and not a lot of guys can make that weight at 135 pounds like Devin Haney, and Devin Haney can make that weight. He can make that weight for sure. I mean, Lomo, bro. How many fights you feel Lomo can still make? I mean, like I said, I feel like Lomo's gonna actually go down. To be honest with you guys, after this fight, Lomachenko will be going down in weight. You know, Vasil Lomachenko will be going down in weight. Vasil Lomachenko, he's gonna be going down in the weight class. You know, and I can see where Vasil Lomachenko, can be a really, really, really good fighter. And even if he wins all of these belts, why I don't feel like Lomachenko should stay at 135 pounds. I feel like he's tracing greatness in this fight. And a lot more people need to give him credit. A lot more people need to give Vasil Lomachenko credit. I feel like he's a freaking phenomenal fighter. Enough people don't give Vasil Lomachenko enough credit. Um, but in this particular fight, being that Devin Haney is a very, very skilled athlete, and not only that, he's a very skilled boxer. And he's gonna come in shape. He is with the Snack program. A lot of people are in very, very good shape that are with Snack. Caleb Plant, was with Snack, I believe, and just a couple other good fighters, with Snack, and I just feel like they have their fighters in tip top shape. And I feel like, with Devin Haney, it's gonna be no different. it's going to be no different. You know, you guys know that Devin Haney is a really, really, comparable fighter. He says, so you feel Lomo's going to go down in weight? Yeah. He's going to go back down to 130 or 126. He's a small fighter. Anybody that can tell, that knows boxing, that actually studies boxing, knows that Vasyl Lomachenko is way too small for 135 pounds. But his skill, you know, gets him to that level. His skill, carries him. You know, he's a very, very, very good fighter, with that skill and everything involved. I mean, you just got to understand, guys, that a lot of fighters, in the 135-pound division, you know, they fight a lot, but they don't fight. I feel like they don't fight in the top tier fights that Vasyl Lomachenko's been fighting time and time and time and time again. I mean, you guys got to understand, he's been beating top guys for a while now. I mean, this guy's second professional fight was for a world title. I mean, not a lot of fighters are doing that in America or in the whole world of boxing. Because boxing is a world sport, not just in America, but a world sport. I don't know a lot of fighters that can do that in the world of boxing, much less, you know, anywhere else. So you guys got to give credit, where credit is due, and give Lomachenko, his flowers. But on the same token, you gotta show love to Devin Haney, because Devin Haney is the undisputed, 135-pound champion of the world. And that's very, very hard to do. There's a lot of tried to be undisputed and a lot of failed, to just be honest with you guys, and a lot been, to be frank. There's one thing to be a champion. That's one thing. Okay, we all know that's one thing. It's hard enough to be a champion. But when you're telling me you're the best in the entire division and you have all of the belts, that's on a whole nother, you know, level, man. It's levels to this. Like Floyd Mayweather says, there's levels to this, you know, you know. Even if you got the hard work, even if you got the dedication, you still gotta be smart in the ring. It's a thinking man's game, you know. Can you throw that? And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. Another key factor in this fight is, can Vasyl Lomachenko keep Devin Haney off of him for 12 full rounds? Can he? I really want to know. I really want to know. Can he keep him off of him for 12 rounds? So yeah, man, I just feel like right now Devin Haney and Vasyl Lomachenko are very good fighters. But Devin Haney, like I said, is a very, very good fighter, man. And I just don't think enough people give him credit. I don't think enough people give him credit. But not only that, like I said earlier, just being undisputed just takes him in a whole nother ball game. You know, Alexander Usyk is trying to be, not to switch subjects, but Alexander Usyk is a once in a generational talent. He's not only been undisputed at cruiserweight, which is hard as fuck to do. He's ready to be undisputed at heavyweight too, which is wild as shit. That means you've been undisputed in two weight classes, and undisputed at champion means you're the best heavyweight in the world, meaning you're the best man standing. There's no man better in the world than Alexander Usyk, because you're a heavyweight. That means you can beat everybody. That means you can beat a cruiserweight. That means you can beat a light heavyweight. That means you can beat a middleweight. A heavyweight is at the top food chain. You know what I mean? He's at the top of the food chain. And that's what Alexander Usyk is chasing. And that's right now. And, in similar ways, that's what, Devin Haney is chasing. He's trying to be the top dog at 135, and have validation. And I think that this fight right here will validate, Devin Haney if he's not already validated enough. Um, just being that type of guy, man, being at that top level is hard to keep winning and winning and winning. A lot of people say that Devin Haney hasn't been tested. A lot of people say that, Devin Haney is a good fighter, but who has he fought? And I say, people say that, and I say this, I think that Devin Haney, you know, can get the job done. In this fight, I think he can get the job done. I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's not going to be easy. But I think that, Devin Haney's skill mixed with his size is like a win-win to me. You know, I seen that, Vasyl Lomachenko's, versus Jermaine Ortiz, which I feel like is not as good as Devin Haney. He was getting tagged up in that fight because I feel like the punches, not just the punches, but he was getting tagged, and actually I feel like he was getting, in some ways he was getting hurt, and I just feel like, a lot of people didn't look too close into that Jermaine Ortiz fight. They're looking past it, they're looking over it. You can't look over it because they say you're only as good as your last fight. Well, if you talk about people's last fights, Lomachenko didn't look that good in his last fight. Devin Haney did. He beat the hell out of George Kambosos twice. George Kambosos beat, okay, Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez beat Vasyl Lomachenko. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. As simple as that. As simple as that. You know, as far as belts go, is the man. You know, some would say, well, Corey, it's not all about belts. What about the money? Some would say, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis is the top seller at 135 pounds. Devin Haney can't sell like Vasyl Lomachenko. Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis, I believe, was $100. This pay-per-view is $59.99. Okay? Meaning, I don't even think this pay-per-view does 500,000 pay-per-view buys. I wish it did more. I'm a huge boxing fan. I wish it did more. But I just don't think that they got that star power like Gervonta Tank Davis, man. Gervonta Tank Davis, man, his stardom is growing at a fucking phenomenal pace. I mean, I'm proud of the kid, man. I really am. He's trying to keep his nose clean, and he's trying to stay, positive in a not so positive world. So I just think right now, man, Devin Haney has done a lot in the sport of boxing, you know, but he's not at that superstar level. I feel like he's not at a million pay-per-view buy level yet, you know. You know, we seen that Gervonta Tank Davis is with the right guy. I think if Devin Haney fought Ryan Garcia, I don't think it would have did a million. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't think it would have did a million. I'm not hating on Devin Haney, but I just don't think that he's quite all the way up there like Tank, man. It takes time, and Gervonta Tank Davis getting, the media attention, from Floyd Mayweather fans and stuff like that didn't hurt him. It did not hurt him one bit. If anything, I think it helped him, because being around Floyd Mayweather, man, a lot of people are going to see you. And I feel like that helped out Gervonta Tank Davis in his boxing career and the media side, because a lot of people knew who Floyd Mayweather was, and they're like, who is this little kid from Baltimore that Floyd Mayweather is just talking about every time, and being out here in the DMV, I knew about Tank a long time ago. I was around. I wasn't there, but I was around. Around his pro debut, around that time. About years back, and him coming up in the rankings and stuff like that. I've interviewed Coach Calvin, four or 5 years ago before he was even big as he is now. I'm proud of both of them, man. They got a 1-2 punch, man. Coach Calvin and Javante, man, they really get it. They really get it. And when you got a coach combo, a fighter coach combo like that, it does wonders for a fighter, man. And Devin Haney, I'm not knocking Devin Haney, but who's training Devin Haney? I don't even know. Sometimes he switches trainers. So, like I said, man, I feel like you need a really good trainer in your corner to be able to be those extra eyes, man. We seen that Ryan Garcia. If you guys didn't know Ryan Garcia, they're talking about Ryan Garcia, um, being with being with Earl Spence's trainer. And a lot of people are like, that's they don't think that's gonna work. And some people say, does Ryan Garcia had that much? What might work for Earl might not work for Ryan. We gotta see. I'm curious. I want to see if I want to see what it is. I want to see if Ryan Garcia, you know, is going to be able to, take direction from Derek James. Straight up. Crypto Colors, what's happening, my brother? What's good? He says Haney is going to ice Lomachenko. Wow, you guys. He's saying he's going to ice him, man. Those are strong words from Crypto, man. But, like I said, man, boxing is a business. This fight doesn't do over 500,000 pay-per-view buys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. It's just a fact. It's just this fact. I'm not hating on any of these fighters. I wish them nothing but the best. Devin Haney's, becoming a superstar, the same as Vasil Lomachenko. Um, but I feel like the winner of this fight helps both of them. The winner of this fight helps. You know, I feel like if Devin Haney wins this fight, I feel like he's gonna move up to 140 and do great things up there. And I feel like if Vasil Lomachenko loses, he's gonna go back down to 130, man. Straight up. He's not staying at 135. Why stay at 135 when they're gonna break all the belts up? You can be champion again. Yeah, I think Vasil Lomachenko could be champion again, but you just didn't cut it at 135. I feel like he should have went down to one. I don't know, man. He's so small, man. Vasil Lomachenko's a small dude, man. You know, and I'm not trying to help Lomachenko out by copying, please and shit. He signed the fucking fight. So when you sign the fight, you have confidence that you're gonna beat him. So I want to see. I want to see what Vasil Lomachenko sees that maybe I don't necessarily see, because I see a fading fighter in Vasil Lomachenko. To be honest, you think all of those fights and all of that shit that he's been through, you don't think that shit adds up? You don't think that those over 500 fights add up when your body take a toll on you? Come on, man. The brain is not meant to get hit, and it damn sure ain't meant to get hit over fucking 500 matches. Shit, just in the pro fights alone, man, he's taking some damage, man. He took damage in the Linares fight, getting dropped. He took damage in the Teofimo Lopez fight. He took damage in the Jermaine Ortiz fight. But to be honest with you, with all due respect, Devin Haney hasn't took any damage. Just being honest. Just calling a spade a spade. That's what we do here at Coily Boxing. Smash that like button and subscribe. I don't know what you guys waiting on. We got Crypto Colors in the building. But, I just feel like right now, man, It's time, man. It's time to put up or shut up. Right now they're saying that this is in all intents and purposes, this is kind of a toss up. Some people are favoring Devin Haney. He is the favorite going into this fight, but it's hard to not root for, you know, Vasil Lomachenko as well, because he's a good fighter as well. And I feel like, it's countries at war and all of that shit, man. It's just wild, man. So, you know, Lomachenko is fighting for a lot of shit. I'm not saying Devin Haney ain't fighting for nothing, but I'm just saying your country and your family are getting flamed out there. You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta be thinking about that shit. I don't care what y'all say. He gotta be thinking about that shit. And it gotta be affecting him in some type of way, shape, or form. But let me know what you guys don't. He says I don't see wear and tear on long. All right. Like I said, this fight will show it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll come and say it, what Saturday night, Sunday morning, I'll go live and say, you know what, I fucked up. But I think Devin Haney beats Vasil Lomachenko. I'm just being honest. I'm trying to give all credit to Vasil Lomachenko. I'm giving all credit to Vasil Lomachenko, you know. But the jab, Devin Haney has a really good jab, man. And if you can keep getting hit by Jermaine Ortiz, that doesn't have nowhere near as a good a jab as Devin Haney, I feel like that you can get hit by Devin Haney. You know, I'm not saying that this is gonna be a stop. It's just gonna go to the cards. Now, Vasil Lomachenko can catch Devin Haney. We've seen him hurt before, so he can catch him. And you can get hurt. With you trying to wait. Lose so much weight. Your body, some days your body, is who's to say how his body's gonna react to the rehydration? You know, who's to say how Devin Haney's body's gonna react? He was in romp, he was fasting and he wasn't fasting, and now it's I just really want to see this how this fight's gonna turn out, man. You know, I really, really want to know, man, because Devin Haney was gonna fast, I guess, during this camp, but I guess it was so much on him that they just felt like, he it wasn't in the best interest to fast, or I guess eat at a certain time, not whenever you want, but at a certain time. I guess that wasn't gonna be beneficial for him and his camp, so they decided to not, do that and stuff like that during camp. So like I said, man, Devin Haney wins unanimous, possibly mid decision. I do think it's gonna be a close fight. Um, but Devin Haney eventually wins, and he wins. And he becomes. Uh, I think he'll be more validated after this. A lot of people give Devin Haney more respect. And you kind of got to, you got to at this point. You know, he beat the guy that beat the guy that beat the guy. Right down in that order, man. So let me know what you guys think, man, in the comment section. If you guys want to donate, you guys can donate to Corey Lee Boxing on Cash App. Keep the lights on up in here, man. But yeah, man, I really would like to know what you guys think about this as well. Please put your comments in the comment section, and I will return and get back to you guys on this one. But it's going down, man. It's going down. Both guys are ready and willing to put it all on the line, man. So, with that being said, I got Devin Haney winning. I'll talk to you guys on the next one, you guys. This is Corley Boxing, and you definitely been hit with another banger. Peace out, you guys.